can just about see the paws poking around the door. It's all Jimba's in there, isn't he? So hello. Today I'd like to take a look at something a bit different today. This bloke, I used to know this bloke. We used to train. I didn't know him personally, as it were, but we used to train at the same gym in Harrow, Dave's gym in Harrow. When I was trying to get into the commandos, I thought it might help if I beefed myself up a bit. And this is one of the funniest blokes I've ever met in my life. He was actually a stripper. He used to be he was a comic and a stripper. Obviously, I've never watched him strip. Obviously, I'm not that interested in. You're joking. But basically, his name was Frank Jakeman. He's still going as an actor now. He effectively stopped being a stripper. And at a time when everyone's getting tattoos, he actually had his tattoo removed. He had this massive great eagle on his chest. Not that he ever, he was in the gym. He was free clothes sort of thing. Obviously, of course. So he wrote these books, which were very interesting, and these came out in the sort of late 80s. There's the bits and bobs that you need if you want to grab yourself a copy. Very, 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 very witty bloke. Very witty. He was from the area I was brought up in, from Harrow. He was actually from Harrow. The Dave's gym was a famous kind of boxers gym, where a lot of the boxers used to train, and you can see by the chapter titles. He was on EastEnders. This chap, but he had a sort of walk-on part in EastEnders, the show, But very interesting life this chap had, actually. There he is as a kid. Very witty bloke, as I say. I think I'll be a stripper when I grow up, like you'd plan that. But he knew a few people because that's him in some role. As an actor extra, and he knew a lot of folk. He was in action movies and stuff like that, filming in Great Missenden. It says there. Who's he with there? Knees up, PC Brown. That one says. It's weird. He's been with lots of people in his time in acting. There he is. There you see with Roger Moore. Even right next to Roger Moore. So he's had a very, very, very interesting life. That's a fact. And there he is with Ernest Borgnine as a gladiator type in a character. Last Days of Pompeii, it says there. So very, very interesting bloke. And he was a zookeeper originally. He used to work in a zoo, in London Zoo, in actual fact, in Regent's Park Zoo. And then he obviously, I don't know how he got there. There he is with all the birds pouring all over him, isn't he? But a really nice bloke. Obviously he's a lot older now. He's a lot older than I am. But a massive fella. I mean, unbelievable. The size of him. I mean, he looks. It's funny because in the photos he looks smaller than he is. But when I remember him, I just think, bloody hell. I mean, whenever he walked through the door, the bloody light went dark, His shoulders were so freaking wide. But a really top bloke. That's one of his books. Being Frank, it's called. And then he had another one called Frank Talk. Very, very funny comic, I can tell you. He once told me a joke, which his jokes were just hilarious. He said one of his jokes was that this kid that used to swear all the time goes to his father and he goes, "Dad, I've got a joke for you." And the dad says, "Oh, well, as long as it's not got any rude words in it." And he goes, "Well, no." He goes, "Well, what words has it got in it? And what does the word start with?" And whether you're trying to find out, I've cocked up. The kid goes up to ask his dad what a word means. Sorry, I've got it all wrong. Frank, you'd kill me. And the dad says, "As long as it's not a rude word, son." And the kid says, No, it's all right." And he goes, "Well, what does it start with?" And he goes, "F." And the dad's eyebrow raises and he goes, "Oh my God, what does it end with?" And the kid goes, "M, Dad." And the father thinks, "Oh, it can't be that bad." He says, "What's the word, son?" And he goes, "Fuck 'em." Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. But so this is the second book from 1988. And again, that's the bits that you would need if you wanted to get yourself a copy. As I highly recommend these books. They're dirt cheap as well. You can pick them up for a bag of chips now on the internet. They're you know, they were of their day, and but they're hugely entertaining. So here he is again in the photos. And that he's obviously doing. He's in Brazil there. Look, in the movie Brazil. So he's really done some movies. The bloke really. Look at that massive bastard. You know, really a gentle giant though. To be fair, an absolutely gentle giant. And there he was on the circuit with different entertainers and what have you. So he's there with Kenny G. And I don't know half these people. With my weightlifting coach Bob Cross, there he is there. Training partner Gary Simpson. It's funny because I don't remember this bloke Gary, even though I went to Dave's gym. There he is with Lenny the Giant, bless him. Who's obviously a little fella, you know. But yeah, he's obviously seen some stuff in his day. And there he is with former zoo director, big cat trainer. So, because as I said, he worked in a zoo, isn't it? But very funny bloke, speaks with a sort of vaguely Cockney accent, you know, because he's from Harrow, isn't he? They all talk like that round Harrow way. But no, is there more photos? No, there's some nice drawings though. I think he's done these as well. Obviously multi-talented. Anyway, he ended up going to retraining. He went to a drama school called East 15. Excuse me, I've got the wind, innit? And yeah, there you go. That sums it up. His book is a must. Fast-paced, hilariously and extremely readable. Fast, lively and very funny. This man has talent above the waist as well as below. Oh, that's gay times, isn't it? Whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, he's not. I mean, I can tell you, he's not that there's anything wrong with that if you want to be, but he's most certainly heterosexual, this bloke, I can tell you. He once told me another joke. There was a bloke when we were at the gym, and he was lifting this very heavy barbell weight with sort of like 200 pound on each side sort of thing, and as he was walking across the floor, the bloke was farting with every step he took it, because obviously with all the strain of lifting this great big barbell, every step he took. And Frank looked at him and said, "Oi mate," he goes, "have you paid for those shoes?" Anyway, a bit in something different today anyway. I hope you find it some interest. That's Jimmy. He's in now, isn't it? All the very best wishes, and thanks for watching. Cheers.